YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thursday. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. I hope you guys are doing well. So happy Thursday, y'all. So I'm in here on a Thursday. Shout out to me and shout out to you guys. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. As you come into the building, make sure you are hitting the like button. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all right? So listen, hit the like button. Also, put a 1 in the chat really quickly if y'all can hear me. If the sound is good, put a 1 in the chat to let me know that the sound is good. And then we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys. I'm not going to keep y'all too long today. And hopefully, because I have an appointment tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm back tomorrow in time. But if not, I will see you guys probably Saturday. But go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching y'all. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Listen, also, if you want to support your channel, hit the like button, thumbs up button. Also, if you want to support, you can support via Cash App or Super Chat. And also, you can purchase merchandise from my merch store as well. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. So make sure you are supporting in any of those ways as well. So Sha'Carri Richardson speaks out. Umar Johnson needs you to march, baby. Plus the whites only town. We're going to talk about it. I want to get y'all thoughts, so make sure you are chiming in the chat. So the first thing I want to hop into the Sha'Carri Richardson thing. I covered her last time. She's spoken out after the her arrest surveillance was posted, and she spoke out after that because she was busted. Basically, she claimed her boyfriend was lying, but she was actually the one that was lying. I want to play that, and I want to get your thoughts on it, and then we're gonna move on to the Umar Johnson situation with this FDMG Academy, baby. Y'all let me know what y'all think of that. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the first clip. Here we go.
But he lied. He's a liar. Okay. And that was something that I kind of just grasped and emotionally. I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my possession.
Can y'all hear me perfectly fine? Can y'all hear me? Wait, let's see. Does it sound weird? Somebody said the audio sounds spacious. What that mean? He says, is your mic on or is that your mic PC? How does it sound? Does it sound okay? Is your mic on or is that your PC mic? Let me check it. It should be the normal mic. Let me see. How does this? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Let's see. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? So it's just me saying your speakers are going out. Yes, we can hear you good. Somebody else says, yes, we can hear you good. I don't know. I mean, let's see. I guess. Can y'all hear me now? Does it sound normal? Does it sound normal now? I heard you good at first. So is it good now? It's just me, Q. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Remember that commercial? Let's see. I don't know. It's clear and loud. Okay. Lonnie Clark says it's clear now. It's good. It's good. Okay. All right. Gotcha. So it's good. Y'all can hear me. Okay. So let's get back into the clip. Okay. Gotcha. Here we go.
But when it came to the point that I saw that he chose to make.
Now we can't hear the clip. What the hell? What the hell? Come on now. We don't need a struggle stream. We don't need a struggle stream. Can y'all still hear me good? Sounds like you in a well. Oh my God. My allergies are messing with me too, y'all. Let's continue.
Get more about the police and things of that nature that shows that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem, and walking up to you guys. So I'm not hiding. Right. Mm-hmm.
Was there any?
Hold on 1 second.
Have no problem. Walking up to you guys. So I'm not hiding.
Was there any?
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Here we go.
Physical
No, I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with anything.
Like
not at all. He had headphones that were mine, and I just grabbed the headphones, but not physically. If you would like to ask me, you can ask him. But
well,
I don't want anything.
I just want to get your side.
Okay,
so
absolutely. You can ask him whatever you need to ask him. But yeah, you're a coward.
Is it Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri.
Sha'Carri.
Thank you so much, Sha'Carri
Hey,
Richardson.
Sha'Carri. What's your phone number for you?
And like I said, I don't have a problem cooperating because, like I said, it was from a relationship stuff. So that's why it came up.
Do you
and everything.
have your boarding pass by chance? Just so I can just take a photo of that. Just
Absolutely, yes. And you can contact me whenever you need to. I'm so sorry to people.
No, you're good.
Not my boarding pass. That is public. Right here.
Perfect.
This is my boarding pass.
So this is the one that got delayed?
So this is, I want to say my original one, and this one.
That's your new one?
No, this is my original one, and this is the one that got delayed. And then the new one, I think, is in my personal one. But you can take a picture, and I'll look for you for the new one if you don't mind me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I don't think I have it, but they moved my flight to 10 p.m. if you don't mind. I don't think I just physically have it. But you can take a picture. I don't mind at all.
So last, are you heading back to Florida?
Yes. No. I'm heading to Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, okay. You can probably find it this way.
Yeah, you can find it that way.
It's just to kind of document what's going on.
Please. Please document everything. I have no problem with you documenting anything. And I'm going to do my part so you can do your best, document everything. Sure. I would never. If I ever talk to him again, okay? Please talk to me. If I ever talk to him again, you punch me in my face. I will never, ever talk to him again. I will never do what you're doing. Hello, hi. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm doing all right.
I'm good.
Okay.
But I have to put down. I'm so sorry. You're grabbing me right now.
Yep, you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest right now. What am I under? No, what am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay.
You're arrested for assault 14.
I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
So they're in Washington State. He doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist.
She gonna sit there and lie to the officer's face, baby. When they saying they have cameras, and now she already called the man a coward, already telling him stuff. When she know what she did, the video surveillance caught her pushing the man, pushed him down, and all of that. And then she gonna sit here, and because she didn't know that it was being recorded, and she must have thought that he, told the police what she did, but he did not. He actually defended her. He actually said, didn't press charges, didn't do anything really. Most people were like, you should have pressed charges, but he did not. She didn't know that. They're telling her he has no say in it. They saw what she did, and they arrested her. She's still mad at him when he didn't even do her anything. She put hands on him, and then she mad. See, and then look how he talk. If you watch and I've been watching videos of DV situations where the women were the aggressors, they be the aggressors tearing up the house, putting hands on the man. As soon as the police come, they lie, concoct a story, and say, "Oh, he did this and he did that, and he needs to be arrested. I want to press charges." They want to press charges with the quickness because they want to see him go down to the jailhouse. They want to see him locked up. Even though she was the aggressor, she was in the wrong. They will lie to the end. You hear me? You can't. Don't think that these women won't turn it around. They'll be so sweet as pie and turn around and be a hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Well, send you up to the jailhouse with the quickness while he's over there saying, I don't think the police should have been called, and I don't think she should have been arrested, and we're human. He's defending her, and she would send him up the river. She's sitting there talking about he's lying and she lying the whole time, and now she crashing out because they decided to do the right thing. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says, if you don't leave her, it's only a matter of time. I agree, because I don't think you should be dealing with this type of stuff. For real. I really agree with that. Jamil once again says she really thought she wasn't getting arrested. Right. Because she lying and she thought that it just was, because he the man, just supposed to take him. No, baby, y'all, it's got to change because y'all be doing wrong and doing dirt, and then you just want them to just blame the man. That can't keep happening like that. Thank you once again, Jamil. I appreciate you. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says, he should have pressed charges to hold her accountable. He protected her from media criticism, but on the dash cam, she protected herself by blaming him. Exactly. And that's what women tend to do. And I don't think that that's a good look at all. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Yeah, I just don't think that that's good. And a lot of women get away with it, which, I hate. What's going on, John Baylor Jr.? Thank you so much for being a member. Says, can you imagine how she treats him in private? I bet the scars and bruises where you can't see is crazy. Exactly. And I just think that's so that's what I said before. If you're willing to act out in public, oh my God, in private you acting out, and then he comes out and he just covers up and hide it and act like nothing's going on to protect her. That's the same thing women complain about with men. They claim men do that, but hell, they claim men do it. Men will abuse them in secret, and but they doing it too. It's like, come on, this is crazy though. Hannibal Africanus, thank you so much for the super chat. Says that's the fastest hood rat I ever done seen. I get it. Thank you, Hannibal. I appreciate you for the super chat, for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all, because this is crazy.
But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that you guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
You hear that? So you guys are doing this to me and he's the man in the situation. So what does that mean? It's very telling how a lot of women think. Oh, he's the man in the situation. So, but you're all arresting me. Like, I can do no wrong. I could push him, assault him, do whatever I want, but I'm the woman. So I'm just supposed to get a pass, a pat on the wrist, and don't arrest me, but go arrest him when you assaulted him. That don't make no sense. But this is why I call it entitlement. A lot of these women are entitled. They're entitled. They really think that because they're a woman, and on top of that, a black woman, that the rules don't apply. That's the entitlements that a lot of our women have developed. This black woman stuff has been taken too far. As a black woman, I'm owed something. I'm supposed to get something. That's entitlements. And I don't think that's a great way to think. And because you just get away with anything. No, you should not. And the people have you on camera and you still believe that because you are a woman, you can do no wrong. They shouldn't arrest you when you assaulted this man. He didn't have to press charges. He didn't have to do anything. And this is how you know they're used to doing it. Because nothing happens. They're just entitled. I could bust you upside your head, knock your head in between the washer and the dryer, and nothing's going to happen to me because I'm a black woman. Like, that's crazy to me. That really is crazy to me, y'all. Let's continue.
I am. I'm not going to argue with you at all. I appreciate that. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
You have your phone right here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
yes, it's a physical
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on
Christian, are you serious right now?
And she used to him defending her. Can he tell you that I didn't do him anything when he knows she did? I honestly think that young man should leave her alone because that's toxic. That's just toxic behavior. Can he tell you that I didn't do? So you know he'll lie for you. You know he'll tell the people, oh, she didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to me, so they can let her go. But they saw it. And he doesn't have to say anything for them to arrest her. This is where you got to know where you at. Certain states have laws that the man or the person who's abused don't have to, press charges. They will press the charges or they take it into their hands. That's why they was trying to tell her, but she didn't know that. So she think, well, can he tell you? Even though they saw her push him down, push him, kept following him, but he's supposed to get up there and say, oh no, that's my girlfriend. She didn't do me jack shit. Oh no, she didn't hit me. Oh no, she didn't put that. Now that's just foolish right there. Because he care about her. You could care about somebody, but you can't be too stupid for. You know what I mean? You can't allow people to treat you that way and you just keep going with it. Because that's detrimental to you. Who knows what they're gonna do in it? And when somebody thinks that they can do something to you, they keep doing it. So no, that's horrible. That's horrible. Let's continue.
All right. Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay.
And this is her. So this is her speaking out after all of this. You know, looking stupid because you know you lied, and you blaming this man and calling calling him a coward. For what? When we see whatever the situation was, whatever their conversation was, what really went down, we don't know. But all we know is that you put your hands on him, you push this man, and then you trying to get him to lie and say, oh, you didn't do it, so you won't get arrested. That's toxic behavior. That really is. And this is the type of stuff that we be talking about that, women always complain men do this to them, which there are abusive men out here. There are toxic men. There are. But there are also toxic and abusive women. You can't have one without the other. Both exist. So if you are the toxic one and you're doing these things to a person, you need to be held accountable just as much as you would want that toxic man to be held accountable. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
Hey y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but give myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart, in my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away, but not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you got to go through in order to get there. So I'm Sha'Carri, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and one love, much love, and y'all be blessed.
Yeah, and so this was something she probably had to do, her reputation, and because of the, her business and all of this, the sports thing, she had to come out and say something and make people feel, feel like, say something. It's almost, that is her apology, I guess, to the people. But my thing is this: she should have apologized to her boyfriend. She should have said, she's sorry for putting him through that. You see what I'm saying? This is what you don't get because you did it in public, so you need to apologize in public. A lot of times people want to do things publicly and then go behind the scenes to apologize. No, if you do it in public, apologize publicly. Let it be known that what you did was wrong. You shouldn't have put your hands on that man, even though you lied to the cops and said you didn't, even though they didn't buy it because they saw you and they arrested you. You should apologize to him publicly because you humiliated him, pushed him down. Baby, push that man, baby. I don't know too many men who gonna feel comfortable letting that happen like that. You know what I'm saying? I just think she should have apologized publicly to her boyfriend. And she you just need to do better. This is stuff that they have to do for their, to save face. But do you really feel like that? No, it's an entitlement. And it's an entitlement that has to stop because it's just getting out of hand. And a lot of these men that they're doing this to it are not going to keep putting up with it. Some of them, we've been seeing these men snapping. Somebody going to snap and it's going to be your ass. I'm just saying. You better stop and think about the consequences, the potential consequences. Because even if a man, and I don't condone violence one way or another, not just towards women, but I don't condone violence towards men or anybody. So just understand, people are not going to keep taking your BS. You're not going to be able to keep putting your hands on people and walk free. You know, so y'all better start getting y'all mentality straight and go get some therapy or understand, you know, what could potentially happen. Because just because a man is not defending himself against you don't mean that he's not capable. You know what I'm saying? And I think they get it twisted and they forget that you're not a man. And I don't care if you're the same height as a man, trust and believe that man is more than likely stronger than you. And just because he doesn't exert his strength on towards you don't mean that it's not there. So y'all better stop, stop thinking y'all a man, because you sometimes they look like men, and stop and thinking you strong and think you stronger than a man, because they'll show you real quick. And if you don't want that, stop doing that. What is it? I don't know. Dumisani? I don't know what I'm saying, but thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much for being here and supporting the channel. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Thank you. Jamil A43 says, I didn't hear an apology to Christian. Right. There was none. You know, this was for her career. This was not for him. And I think that's unfortunate. And then he's sitting up here, which makes him look worse, because he's sitting up here trying to defend her and talking about why did the police were called and all that. So you gonna sit up and let the lady, she literally shoved him down, made him look stupid, like pushed him across the room. And you're gonna just sit here and defend her? That's why I say he's a nice guy, but that's one, you could be a nice guy, but you don't have to be stupid. You know, and that was stupid, in my opinion. I'm just saying. You could be a nice person, but you don't supposed to be stupid. That's what those are the type of guys that these men, these type of guys that these women like to take advantage of. You know, you're not gonna do that to certain dudes. You're not gonna take that chance with certain dudes, because certain dudes you know ain't gonna play. You know, if you attempt to hit him, he gonna knock your head between the washer and the dryer. You know, they know who to play this with. There's certain kind of guys they do this with. It's not with every dude. So, you know, hopefully she can get her stuff together. And if you think that you're gonna put hands on anybody, you need to stay single. Don't try to get in a relationship with anybody if you can't control your anger. If you can't control yourself, if you have no control over yourself whatsoever, you need to just be by yourself. So when you get mad, go punch your wall. You know what I'm saying? Or go get a punching bag, or go scream to yourself. That way you're not involving anybody else, because I just, that is just unacceptable. And that was not an apology. She should have said sorry to him, as you called a man a coward, lied to the police, blamed him when he done nothing but try to protect you. This is why that doesn't work. This is why when you're that type of guy, even though he's probably a decent guy and care about it, being good and decent a lot of times don't work for certain women, for certain toxic women. Those type of guys don't work with these women, because these women will just mess them over with the quickness and don't give two shits about it. This is why I say a lot of women are very cunning, and they're very telling, and they're very entitled, and they're very deceptive. They're very everything. You know, when you walk around thinking your shit don't stink and you the best thing since sliced bread, and somebody owes you something, and you're black and you're proud and you're, there's no consequences, and you go get with a dude that you can run over, you see. Ricky from the hood, with the big chest, who talk like, yo, mom, come here. He ain't gonna deal with you like that. He ain't gonna play with you. Now I've seen he gonna knock the shit out of you. You try that with him. Pookie or Ricky Ray Ronald from the hood, he's not gonna play with you. You ain't gonna even attempt that, because you just his demeanor, how he move, how he do things. He rough around the edges. He already a hood dude. He already fighting people, so he aggressive and he don't care. He gonna tell you, sit your stupid ass down. Them type of dudes. I'm just saying, because they exist. A man that talk to you like that, you ain't gonna even try to hit him. You like his aggressiveness then, because to a lot of these women, that's a real man. A man who will knock your head between the washers, right? That's a real man. The man who's aggressive off rip and don't care about your feelings, don't care about what you thinking or whatever, like he just dismiss you with the quick. That's the type of dudes that they like. That's the ones that they don't try to hit. That's the ones that they listen to. That's the leader in their mind, even though he ain't gonna marry you, he ain't gonna take you serious, he's gonna have 3, 4, 5, 6 baby mamas. And he don't care. And he don't care if he don't give a damn what you think. He gonna let you know how you feel, what straight up. If you fat, he gonna be like, yeah, you get a little too fat. Man, you need to go on a diet, and then you gonna do it. You gonna listen to him. But he don't offer you no future. He ain't offer you nothing. But he gonna but that one thing that you like. And you gonna do everything that he say. But the good guys who really care about you and all of that, they seem to get a bad rep. And then them the ones that you mess over and push down and treat like a damn fool. And you know, you just exert all of your power over him because he ain't really shit to you. This is how it goes. This is a real example of how a lot of women think and how they move. This is a real example. You treat the so-called good guy, the guy who actually has respect for you, like he ain't shit. You don't have respect for him, but the ones who don't have respect for you, oh Lord, they get the better treatment. And I don't know why that is, but it's an interesting phenomenon. It's an interesting thing when women, and I saw this video where this woman basically said, and I hope I could pull it up. I don't know, maybe I'll probably do it in a video, but she basically is asking herself why she's met a good guy. And I don't know if you guys have seen that. She met a good guy, but she don't know why she don't think she can have a life with him. She's asking what's wrong with her because she doesn't think that she can have a life with the good man. She's like, he's a good guy and he cares about her. He does everything right. But somehow in her brain, she don't think she could pursue a relationship with him. You know why? Because he's not toxic. These women have a knack for choosing toxic men because they are. And it's like I said it before, you want to change this toxic guy into the guy that could be your forever guy. You want him to have that toxicity that you're accustomed to, which that little edge or that swag or whatever you want to call it. But you want to make him only for you. And be what you need, like shape shift him into what you will want him to be as a husband and a family man. And those men are just not it. This is why they're always their exes. It's always your ex for a reason, because you want one side of him, plus you want another side of him. You want the aggressive, swag side of him, and you want the family man, husband, responsible, loving side of him as well towards you. You want too much, and I always say nobody gets it all, and you have to determine what's most important. What's most important to you? What are the main things that you want in a mate? And you got to go with that, because trying to change these men into being what you want as a forever man, it usually doesn't happen because they don't want that. And so this is why they won't settle. Not them, and they'll meet good guys, but they don't really want him because he's too lame looking. He's not. You're not really attracted to him. But why aren't you attracted to him? Because what you see and what you pick as an attraction in a man is all toxic traits. This is why that's why they pick the wrong dudes, and then they think they're settling when they find a guy who is not toxic, because it's a mental thing. And these women are messing up their whole lives with that logic. Rainbow Kid, thank you for the super chat, says her arrest had nothing to do with him and everything to do with her. He didn't call the cops on her. TSA told the police Bonquisha is acting up and need to go get her. Why is she blaming him? Because he's easy to blame. Thank you, Rainbow Kid. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Because she wants to blame him. Because he's easy to blame. She's used to just putting everything on him and treating him like he ain't, much, disrespecting him. That's what happens. So he's always going to be to blame. Even though he tried to do everything in his power to protect her. That she don't give a damn. Because he's an easy target. And I just wish these men would wake up and realize, don't be an easy target for these toxic man women. These women they're not healed themselves. Mentally, they have a lot of shit that they got to work on. And they're taking all their frustration and anger out on a man who will let them do it. A person will only do to you what you allow them. So if you're sitting there and letting her do this to you, you think she's going to just stop? She's going to keep doing it. And you could talk about, oh, I care for him so dearly. You care for him so dearly. You wouldn't disrespect him in public or nowhere for that matter like that. And then lie. And like, come on, it's a toxic nature. These women have not healed. I don't give a damn who you are, how successful you are. I don't care. Because your success doesn't have anything to do with your mentality. Your success is one thing, how you treat people, how you think of people, the lack of respect for a person. That's something else that you have to work on. The same way when people like to think, oh, I get all these degrees and all of a sudden that qualifies me for a rich man. No, it does not. It does not. Your qualifications when it comes to what you went to school for and all that has nothing to do with your qualifications for what a man wants in a woman, a wife, or whatever. So this is what they're finding out. It's like, how y'all go to all years of school and be so dumb? Y'all get these PhDs to be dumb as shit. Like, y'all don't be knowing nothing outside of that. You might know a little bit for what you trained in because you have to. You don't want to get sued. But outside they be dumb as shit. They be letting Pookie and Ray, Johnny, Robbie, and Ricky and Mike, and they be letting them run through them and just do anything to them. And they just be sitting there taking it in the name of, I'm an educated woman. They be the dumbest of all. I'm telling you. And I'm not talking to all women, but just to the ones that act like this. They be so stupid. You don't even know whether you come let a man run circles around you. But y'all be so all this discernment, you don't know shit. Your discernment does not kick in when it's necessary. So why keep hunting it or bringing it out instead of talking about you have it? Because where it be when y'all be getting cheated on and lied to and stuff? How men with whole families can come and get you and lie to you and tell you they want to be with you? He got a whole wife and kids and got you as a side piece. And you never find your discernment never let you know that this man got a whole family? Why your discernment don't kick in and you going on trips with this man? He taking his family on in one hotel and you in another, and you don't. There's nothing that you could pick up on. Your discernment don't let you know that he's double crossing you. How you have the discernment? I'd be like, to hell with you, discernment. I'm kicking you to the curb because you ain't really helping me. Like, what? I don't know. Y'all have no discernment. The night shift says, hey, what's going on the night shift? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. That discernment is a bunch of crap. Anthony H, thank you for the super chat, says, damn, the wash and dryer ain't do nothing to nobody. Right. But that's what they be saying. You know, he gonna be knocking your head between the wash your shit. I know, but that's what they be saying. So that's why I be saying that. Because it's like, come on now. Thank you, Anthony H. I appreciate you. Jamil says she don't respect Christian because she don't respect Christian because he be like her. Is that what you're saying? Because he bi like her? Oh Lord. Because he bi. So y'all saying that she's bi? I mean, she look a little strong, but I just thought because she runs. That ain't my business, y'all. I don't know about all of that. But okay. So she don't. Well, why are you with him? If you don't like him, I don't care. Okay, thank you, Jamil. Child, I don't. Hannibal says, you want a man to choke you in bed. She didn't know he liked to choke her out of bed, too. I bet Christian's mom is just like Sha'Carri, child. She want to choke you in bed, but you want a man to choke you in bed, but she didn't know he liked to choke her out of bed. Child, that's crazy. Thank you, Hannibal, once again for the super chat. Child, y'all crazy. Anthony H, thank you once again for the super chat. Says she want that man that'll have her running faster, breaking future Olympic records. I heard those foot to ass will do that. Child, y'all, what's going on with y'all? Y'all all right? Oh, thank you, Anthony. Once again, I appreciate you for the super chat. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button, you guys. Anthony H back again says, going to school to me, smarter dummies. I guess to be smarter dummies, Anthony, because if that's the case, you are absolutely right. Yep. Thank you once again, Anthony H. I appreciate you. Irving, what's going on? Says, thank you, DeeDee. No lies detected at all. It's no mystery they want to change Mr. Toxic into Mr. Nice. They're yapping a whole lot of nothing. Exactly. We know that, C. Irving, that's what they do. Thank you, C. Irving. I appreciate you. Anthony H. says, going to school to become smarter dummies. Exactly. I got it. Yeah, I think so. The schooling doesn't seem to make them smarter when it comes to other things. Like you just going wasting all your money. Thank you once again, Anthony H. Pharaoh, what's going on? Pharaoh says, damn, you doing a KS episode calling you the godmother. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see. Melissa Jefferson been whooping all these females on that track this year. You know, listen, once again, and see, I don't take away from people's talent. Your talent is one thing, but who you are as a person is another. Your talent to me does not mean that you don't have issues outside of that. I think some people really do think that, though. I think there are some people who think that because you're successful at a certain thing, your job or sport or music or whatever your talents are, they tend to think that if you're talented at that and you're successful at it, that you must be a great person, that somehow your talent and the way you've pursued it and you've made it, or you've been able to go through obstacles to get to success, and you're super successful, that somehow you should be a great person. That has nothing to do with it. A lot of the most successful people are horrible folks. A lot of the people who are, because a lot of the success that you see from certain individuals, a lot of times you have to be very cunning in order to get to the top. Getting to the top does not mean that you're this. A lot of times people do things, that are not the nicest. A lot of these millionaires, billionaires, you think they got to the top by being nice. You think they got to the top by not having to do certain things or put others down or, do stuff to elevate. It ain't a kumbaya nice thing to forge to the top. There's some people that you step on a lot of times to get there. There's some people that you got to get out the way or, stomp on to get to the top. So people that you see that are super successful, I wouldn't just assume that they're the most nicest people because they're successful. Hell no, it's quite the opposite. So, and I'm not saying that everybody that's successful is just a hellion, but you got to do, you're going to do some unorthodox things a lot of times to get to that success. And it's not very nice depending on who the person is, who you're stepping on to get to the top. So, I don't know. And some people, but I say that to say, because some people equate that. Oh, you're super successful. You did it. That means you must be a good person. No, it doesn't. The two don't go together. Jamil 843 says, women with degrees let dudes with GEDs trick them. Oh my God. And guess what? Sometimes they have a GED, honey. They don't be having nothing. They don't even be having a high school diploma. But they're aggressive and they're toxic and they have swag, and then they put it on them real good. That tool that y'all have is very powerful. I'm just saying. And if you got that tool right there, and then you have the swag that they so-called want, their little edge, well, just talk to them stupid a little bit. Don't talk to them nice. Don't talk to them like, hi, how are you? How you doing? It's nice to meet. Oh, no, you going to lose every time. Just saying, for some of these women, for these types of women, not for the right women, but for these types, you got to come a little bit. You got to be like, I don't know how they talk nowadays, child. I don't just hang around hood people. But what I'm saying is, whatever the lingo is, you got to come with a little edge, little swag, a little lean to the side, and you got to be like, what's up? What you doing out here? You just gotta talk to them stupid. Like, you can't really say hello. How are you? I would like to get to know you. They're gonna be like, oh, he lame. He lame because he asked you how you doing. You can't even say hello to women in the clinic anymore because they look at your style. You're like, who the hell are you talking to? You can't say hello, good morning. How are you, ladies? They look, who are you talking to? I'm a lady. They know they're not ladies themselves, and they don't want to be addressed as such. They want you to call them hoes. I'm just saying. This is not all the women, but some of them respond to that very well. But they're like, "Ooh, he called me a hoe. Ooh, let me go see what he want." You got to be very indignant and just like you don't give a shit. Act like you don't care if you want to get those types. You're just trying to get her attention for whatever reason. That's how you got to respond to those types of women. Those men don't have to have anything. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the GED. They don't have to have nothing. Just come with that swag and that attitude like you don't give a shit. You could be cussing and everything, but just talk to her like she won't, and boom, there you go. Thank you, Jamil. Avenge the Ancestors, what's going on? How are you? Says nothing but love for you, Queen Dee, to keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Now just make sure y'all hit the like button. We got 139 people in here, 88 likes. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button and we're gonna be good. Thank you, Avenge the Ancestors. Jamil says once again, as a reformed, oh God. Pookies in. We got a lot of. If you was a reformed Pookie, put a one in the chat. I want to see something. As a reformed Pookie, you speak your facts. LOL, child. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, you change your ways. I mean, shit. If anything, I think the women allow y'all to be that way because they accept you so easily. You know, you don't really have to do anything. You don't really have to like focus on changing because you can get what you want. What's the point of what you know? You got to really be tired of the Pookieshas or the you know, and you really just want to change and do better for yourself because otherwise, a lot of the Pookies are winning. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you once again. So it has to be something you want to do. Did they tell you about your mic? It is. Is it connected? Can you hear? Can y'all hear me? Trey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Because it said something about the mic. Maybe I missed that part. Can y'all hear me now? Is the sound still good? Y'all can hear? Y'all can hear? Okay. I don't know what's going on with the mic, y'all. So it's good. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. But anyway, y'all, listen, this is these types of women. It's not every woman, but a lot of these women, that's why it's easy for those type of dudes to get what they want out of them. Because there's no real requirements. And so when those types of women meet a guy that's actually a nice guy, they don't know what to do with him. And they tend to misuse him, mistreat him, mess over him. Because they're not used to that. And that's really lame to them, but they'll give him a shot. But you give him a shot, but then you still disrespect him on many different levels. And then you go talk about him and talk, even though you say you care about him, you really think he lame. And you know, she called that man a coward. How is he a coward? So if he would have, like I said, busted her in the head after she pushed him down, then would he be a coward? No, she probably would have accepted it and said, "Oh, nothing was happening." See, you know, it just doesn't. She would have done. If he was the type. No, because there are some women that if you respond to them in the way that they think you should, they'll defend you. If they really like you enough, they'll defend you. There are women who will defend an abusive man because she don't want to see him go to jail. There's some that'll sell you up, but there's some that will defend. So maybe she's one of those kind. I'm just saying allegedly. That's why she expected him to do it, which he did. I don't know. It's just it just don't make no damn sense to me. Stank-assery loves dumbassery. You ain't lying, Pharaoh. Thank you, Farrell. Anthony H says, fan of yours for a minute. AKA Captain Caveman. Oh, what's going on? Okay, you changed your name. Oh, thank you, Captain Caveman. I definitely remember you. Thank you. You changed your name up on me. Gotcha. Thank you once again for being here. I appreciate you. Calling him a coward is insane. He's a stand-up guy for not dragging. Sometimes they want you to drag them. I'm just saying. Thank you, Anthony H. I appreciate you. Never bring her to your crib until she is fully vetted and she has earned your respect. What's going on, Richard? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. All right, y'all, let's move on. Let's move on, child, to some new craziness. Here we go.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund with
Umar Johnson. What is the war with FD? He's at war with himself. What do you mean the war with FDMG Academy? This man is so dramatic. He really is so dramatic. What war with FDMG? You've got millions of dollars over all these years. How long he's had these buildings and been getting donations for damn near 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just like, what war are you having with the school? What's going on, Fatty? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here, Fatty. He's so dramatic. It's ridiculous. So that was funny as hell, first off, but let's continue.
In 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the psychologist.
What they sending donations for, Umar? Mr. Umar Johnson, why are they PayPaling you? For what? The school is about to be gone. They're about to auction the school off. You're not gonna have, it's not yours anymore. So what are they PayPaling for now? Do you have another school that you're trying to conjure up? What's going on? What's the PayPal for now? I'm just saying. Classes Perspective, thank you for the super chat. Says Black Queens forever. Brokey forever. It's just, Umar is the trip, child. I told you, me and my husband used to do videos on him. And he's been saying the same thing for years. He's been asking for donations for years. And he's been getting it. People been still donating to him. And that school just sitting there, they call them the bandos. The bando building's been sitting there for years. Just no work, no progress. He keep doing them paint jobs and painting out there. And they, just to make a, front like he doing something. You go into the small, because it's 2 buildings. The other building, they don't even touch it. The smaller building in the gymnasium, they painted, had people out there painting several times, child. Had people out there, the ceilings are all messed up. They never got that fixed. All they do is something easy to show, and to make it look like he's doing something. And those buildings never turned into a school. They've just been abandoned buildings. Nobody has occupied the buildings ever. And so you just keep asking for money, and knowing good and well you're not going to be able to open them buildings and turn them into a school where children can actually go into, because it's going to cost you more money. And if you can't get the money to even open it up, how are you going to keep it running? How you going to keep it running? That's my question I've always had. How you can't keep running that school solely on donations. You got to have some other avenues. Part of it could be donations, but you got to have some other stuff in there too. Instead of him coming clean to say, you know what? The schools this ain't gonna work out. I don't have the money for it. I can't operate it. I can't do it. And I'm just gonna move on. And I appreciate all the people who donated. No, he's still trying to hold on. But this is gonna force him to conjure up something, because now they're gonna auction these buildings off, and he can't do anything with it. So he's gonna have to say something. Umar repeating everything be taking me out. I don't know what the 3 times gonna do. It's not gonna magically make the buildings turn to schools and give you the money for them. I'm just saying. Thank you, Jamil. Once again, XYZ says Mother and Dr. Umar are waiting for a donation, for your donations, DeeDee. They'll be waiting. Baby, they'll be waiting. I said if the school, he had gave a deadline for the school years ago. He was like, the school's gonna open September something. Child, what was it? 2020, 2019, something. And I'm like, if that school opened, me and my husband said we were going to give a donation, a nice donation to him if the school opened. Just when it opens, and we're just waiting. So it ain't opening. So I don't think so. Thank you, XYZ. I appreciate you. Child, they're going to be waiting, baby. They're going to be waiting. They're going to be waiting. Farrell says, Umar fraud son, about to hunt during snow bunny season. Child, you want to do something. Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate you. Why is the Delaware government seizing it for auction? Well, I think he did this. First, he had tax bills associated with school that he hadn't paid. I don't know if the taxes have been paid, but then it's getting auctioned because sewer bills and stuff. I did the other video on it that Lennon Honor. They pulled up some documents where he's $30,000 behind in the sewage bill or some type of bills and some other stuff that he owes, and the buildings are abandoned. They've been sitting for too long. And so I don't think you could just have buildings just sitting there unoccupied when you're, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get to what you're supposed to be doing. I'm assuming that's why, but I know he owed like 30,000. He gonna talk about it. He gonna talk about it, and but the reason, the reasoning what he's gonna give, it just doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Black Dude says, AKA J Black. Thanks. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. For the super chat. Let's continue though.
PayPal.me/Umar the psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus.
Now, okay, now you know when you have a bill for something, right? They probably mail you the bill. Nowadays, hell, nowadays they can text you bills, they can email you stuff, and they can send it to you to your physical address. I personally don't believe that notice on the building doors is the last resort where they place it on there because you were so behind. He's probably had plenty of time to pay those bills, I'm sure. They didn't just get to $30,000 yesterday. So the fact that you didn't know these bills were due is ridiculous. Somebody said in his comments, he really think Black people are stupid. A lot of times I think that too. I said, I really think Black people are just the dumbest ever. That we can't put two and two together. And he really think people are stupid. Now that stuff, it took some time for it to get to that amount because the bills are adding up. So you're not paying it, so it's added up. It just don't disappear. So to say you did not know about it that's cap, as y'all would say. I don't believe that. I think he knows that he just don't want to pay it. And he keep asking for donations, but he's still not paying it. So, what do you think is going to happen? So the donations that people keep sending or have been sending, what was it going to? Was it lining his pockets? Because it clearly wasn't going to the bills of those abandoned buildings. I'm just saying. So now it's finally coming to a place where this is going to be all over. They're going to, because he's not going to pay no $30,000. Even if, in my opinion, I'm just saying, shout out to Umar Johnson. I personally, in my opinion, even if people were to raise that amount of money for it, I still don't think he would pay it. I think he would keep it and still come up with an excuse as to why they call auction it and close it down. I still think he would keep it because, that's not the intention in the first place. Like he's had those buildings for more than 6 years. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just like, this is insane to me. I don't see how people would still be donating to this at this point. You know what I'm saying? Anthony H says, place a coin on that record. His brain is scratched and he repeats everything 3 times. 3 times, and I still don't know why. That's not gonna make it, happen. I'm just saying, maybe that's what he thinks. I don't know. It's just insane to me. Thank you, Anthony H. once again. Zookeeper says, boo, he's a jive talking pulpit pimp. Right. Look, I'm not going to call people crazy, but you got to be crazy at this point if you still donating to the school. FDM, it's for what? Like, once the school is auctioned off and that ain't going to happen. So what's the donations? Is he still going to be asking for donations to get the school back? Is that gonna move the goalposts? And then when he's saying, oh, now we're trying to get the school back, ladies and gentlemen. Pan-Africanists, we're trying to get the school back. Then they're gonna still be sending a PayPal to get it back. Like, come on now. Come on. Thank you, Zookeeper. It's just, we gotta get the school back, people. We gotta get the school back, people. We gotta get the school back, people. Come on, send them donations. FDMG, we gotta get it back. We gotta get it back. FDMG, we gotta get it back. Send them donations. FDMG, we gotta get it back. Send them donations. Then he gonna do that? What's how you gonna keep the scam up? I don't know. It's just weird to me. Anthony H, once again, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, oops, I made a mistake. Can you forward this to Umar? Thank you, DeeDee. Peace and pan. Negroism, child. Too. I mean, he be calling people coons and all kinds of stuff. It's just because anytime you don't agree with him or you try to make sense of what he's doing, oh, he come for you. He'll block you, he the block party. And then that notorious comes up on his phone. It's like, child, you cannot make it up. Thank you, Anthony H. I appreciate you. Classic Perspective says, if he needs money, he can cut his beard and sell it as a face from. That is the thing, Yeah. That he ain't got enough hair though, but that is a thing. That's interesting. That's crazy. Classy, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all.
Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Oh, Lord, brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence?
No.
Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools.
So you got the notices now. Are you going to go pay it? Because you got the notices now. You still got time. They say by the 20th or something. So you got time. You got the money? Because what was going to be the difference if you had got the notices early on? Was you going to pay it? Was you going to have the money? Because this shouldn't be solely based off of donations. You got to have your own money. If I said this, if we wanted to open a school for young boys or young children, I would not go into opening a school for young kids with no money at all. There's nothing wrong. Schools, get donations and government assistance in a lot of the cases. And they raise money and put money in yourself. If you really want this to work, you get resources from all over the places, from everywhere. You will provide some yourself. And if you need help, you get help from outside resources, partners, or whoever to make it work. Why is the money that he needs for his school is only contingent upon donations from the people? You need capital or access to capital to start a school. Exactly. Like, come on, that's common sense. But he don't think people know that, Trey. He think people are stupid. So how you gonna go to school and it's solely based on donations, just the people, random people giving? Like, how you gonna maintain that? You still gotta open a school. You still need to pay teachers salaries. You still need to have you need a whole lot. Who gonna pay the teacher salaries? So that's supposed to be on donations too? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So, it's just a lot of things just don't make any sense, which made me and my husband skeptical about him from the beginning. Because after all this stuff, kept going on and being prolonged, it's like, come on now, you really think people are stupid? Bakesh Edwards, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate your super sticker. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for supporting. Farrell once again says, Holcomb mocking Umar. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't see Corey's Holcomb's video, but I'm pretty sure he's going in per usual. Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate you. Dane C. DeeDee, have you ever donated to Umar? Be honest. Hell no. I know. Hell no. We were going to donate. That's how long he's been doing it. No, I'm not. No. Once we realized this didn't make no sense, and when what's that other guy? When Lord Jamar did that video with Umar, and he was saying his father-in-law could help him and help him with resources. He was like, I don't want your father's help. I say, oh hell no. I thought that was a stupid. We don't need it, brother. But then you get on social media and keep asking these people for donations, but you don't need no help. It just don't make no sense, Dane C. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Hell no. I'm not donating. I'm not stupid. My husband ain't stupid either. He know, nah, we need to see some progress. Like, come on. A lot of people were willing to help. A lot of people have given donations over the years to this man, and look what it didn't yield any progress. No, when he did that Lord Jamar interview, and him and Lord Jamar got into it, and he said, I don't want no help and I don't need no help, brother. I'm like, what you mean you don't need no help? You need all the help you could get. Why are you turning away help? I don't understand. But you go back onto King Kong Consciousness, is his channel, YouTube, and you get on there and you get on Instagram and keep telling these people you need money for contractors and HVACs and all of this stuff. We need the HVAC. We just need the money. And then you get the money or get some money. And then you turn around and say, well, we don't have no HVACers in the area to do something. Because the blacks don't want to come out and we can't find no black HVACers. It's always an excuse. It was always an excuse. Y'all could just go to Lennon Honor's channel. Lennon Honor has been covering this for years. You hear me? Years. He's pulled out paperwork, receipts, all of it. He has been covering Umar for years, and he's pretty thorough. He's done lots and lots of content on Umar Johnson and this stuff for years. So you just go from video to video, and it shows you what's happening, what's not happening. It's all documented. So when you have what's that guy name? That young guy, I can't think of his name. What King something, who started a school and doing well, and then you got other people who have schools and stuff that they've started since Umar came up with this idea of a school. These guys have started schools and their schools are thriving. Some of them have more than one location. King Randall, thank you, Chuck. Yeah, King Randall. He started a school, probably got several locations. He talked about how he got the money and how he built. And Umar Johnson been working on this school for damn near 20 years. And you can't get the HVACers. Everything's a problem. You needed permits. You need all kind of stuff. He's just talking and getting donations. Every time you get donations, all you gotta do is go paint the gymnasium. Just keep painting the gymnasium. I don't understand it. Let's continue.
Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers.
And that's what he do too. That's what he do all the time. I remember he said somebody stole the blueprints. He said, family, however, somebody stole the blueprints. I don't know if y'all have been following. We was following him for quite some time. He said somebody stole the blueprints to the school, and he needed the blueprints for the school, and they needed the donations to get the blueprints to the school. Because they needed the blueprints for the contractors. They couldn't find it. And they needed money for that. You know, when you buy a house, right? Your house has the blueprint for the house, like the layout of the house and all of that. You have that. They give that to you when you buy your house. So you have it, but somehow his blueprints to the school got lost, and he needed money for that. He needed somebody to come in, and he needed the people to send donations for that. Then he said, we got the blueprints. Okay, you got to do it. Now what? Okay. And then it's just the ongoing process, y'all. And I'm not even trying to be hateful to Dr. Umar Johnson. It's just, if you have eyes to see, and you have a little bit of sense, you could see that something is not right with this. You could see the excuse after excuse after excuse. I don't have a problem with this man. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it. I have eyes. I have a brain. And that's all you need to have to see over all this time something is not right. And that's all I'm saying, because there are some people who will defend him to the end, baby, and they gave him money and money and money after money, and he ain't done nothing. So I'm just like, okay, kudos to you. I'm just saying, I mean, a little bit of brain, common sense, and eyes to see, and you can see that something is not right. That's all I'm saying. Anthony H, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, call the police. My lady got our bank alerts and hit me asking who the hell. Wait. Oh, shit. Got our bank alerts and hit me asking who the hell is DeeDee? You okay, that's no why I'm child. Smoke. Oh God, hell no. Oh, you are make sure you let her know. Lord have mercy. I ain't trying to cause no problems. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Anthony H. Oh my God, did you tell her? Oh Lord. Oh my God. Liddell Jefferson, thank you once again for the super chat. Wait, hold on. The world class says the mic in front of you isn't selected on your streaming browser. How do you know? Let me see. Let me double check. Better. Okay. So that's better. World class better. Okay. I had it on the wrong thing. Wrong thing. I know I did. Cause I be messing with stuff and then it be sounding weird. I knew I had I had to get my husband, he fixed it. Because I didn't have it on the right. I'm glad world class. Thank you. Cause I don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, good. So I don't know what happened. I think I probably touched something and hit the wrong thing. For sure. Touched something and hit the wrong thing. But yeah, so yeah, my husband fixed it for me real quick. Okay, good. So let's go back to what Umar is saying, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being patient. I appreciate y'all so much. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Bear with your girl. Thank you. Let's continue.
Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them, and they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for 4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months. They ignored our phone.
Do y'all believe that? Please let me know. Do you believe what he's saying? Because we've heard a lot of excuses over the years, a lot of excuses. So I'm just like, what Umar is saying now is not stuff that we haven't heard. It was always he couldn't get the black contractors to do the work. We couldn't find this, we couldn't find that. And that's the same argument people had then. Well, how other people could find contractors for their businesses and get things done? Why is it just when it comes to you can't find the contractors, you can't find this? Everything is a problem. Oh my God. And then you just keep collecting donations, but you can't find at what point will you be able to find the people to do the job? Like for real and get it all going. If you can't find it now, when will you be able to find, it's always something being stolen. They did this, they did that. And it's setting us back. It keeps setting us back. So this is why the school is this, in my opinion. And I know, look, we all know things cost money if you want to do it. So it takes money, of course. But at this point, the school should be open. In my opinion, I think it should be open. If he was really trying to get the school open based off all the donations and he had other things in play and everything else, and all the other things set up, the school would be open at this point. It's 2025. The school would be open. That's just my opinion. Let's continue.
Phone calls for 4 months. And instead, the first time I hear from them since April, the first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply our vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing, they ignored me since April. They ignored me since April. No phone call, no email, nothing in the postal mail since April. And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape. A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes. We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington for water that we don't even use. And now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. And it gets worse, brothers and sisters. It gets worse because they are raising the vacant property registration fee. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism.
Okay, so now it's racism, y'all. So are y'all getting ready to march? This is why I put that. Are y'all getting ready to march to save FDMG Academy? Let me know in the chat. Are y'all getting ready to go out here and march to save the school because of racism? Like really, all these years, racism is the problem? Against who? Because the last time I checked, he was saying that he couldn't get black contractors to come out and do the work. So are black contractors racist against a black school owner? Who are the racists then? Because he was complaining about black people, not doing the work, and he couldn't find any of them and all that kind of stuff, So who are the racists? Who are the racists? I'm just saying, Lord, shout out to him. God bless him, Lord. Bless his heart. Let's continue.
I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver? I knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that The power structure. I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware, our donors and supporters across the United States, and our donors and supporters across the entire planet. We may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified?
This is crazy, y'all. Listen, classic perspective. Thank you for the super chat. It says DeeDee sound like No Limit Soldier. No. Call DeeDee Dear X. No. No, but no, child. It's just Thank you, baby. I ain't marching for nothing. Like marching. People in the city of Delaware could go march to save them abandoned buildings. Child, why would I go out there and march? Thank you, classic perspective. I appreciate you. Girl, who? Oh my God. Who going march? Blue Exodus, thank you for the super chat. It says donations. 3 times. Thank you, Blue Exodus, for the super chat. Pharaoh says they ignored my annoying ass talking for 4 months. 4 months. Umar Johnson is crazy. Thank you, Pharaoh. XYZ, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, clearly they're sabotaging a good doctor. Child. Good doctor is crazy as hell. And it's sad, that it's going down like this. Lennon Anna said been posting on this man for years about this school, and he put a lot of content out there about Umar Johnson, child. It's still going. Thank you, XYZ. I appreciate you. Latrell M, thank you for the super chat. Says he's a damn lie. All of the donors has been funding his lifestyle for however long he's been asking for school donations. Stop it. Thank you so much for the super chat, because it's the truth. He said 6 years. It's been way longer than 6 years that he's been collecting donations for them FDMG Academy, baby. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. And I'm just like, okay, now it's finally gonna come to an end. Now he really want people to get out here, and I'll go out here and fake like they marching around the buildings. Y'all gonna go right in between the buildings and around the corner, and that's it. And act like y'all doing a march to try to save the school so the people won't feel bad about donating their money. That's what they're gonna do. Irvin Hunt, thank you so much for the super chat. Says clearly can't manage money. Can't be racism all the time. Exactly. It is not. What's right? He never was claiming no racism before. Thank you, Irvin. Classic Perspective says I'll donate some Usher bucks. Right. Yeah, baby. No. If anything, I'm gonna be quiet. Thank you, Classy. I appreciate you. People, listen, believe what you want to believe, but come on now. This is insane. You know, but guess what? If it's your money and you want to look, if people are still wanting to donate, go ahead and donate. That's your business. I don't care what you do. All I'm saying is, come on now. Anybody with 2 eyes and a brain could see that this ain't it. This ain't it. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
Letter. Why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive an email? Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not going to quit. We not going to give in. The only thing left on the elementary school is to lay down the tile. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march. We will have to march. We might march anyway.
I thought he was trying to get to put the occupancy thing years ago. I thought he was saying he needed to get the occupancy certificate years ago. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I thought I heard him talk about that. And you still haven't got it? Urban Hunt says, hit the like button, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Urban. Hit the like button, please. Anyway, let's continue.
Hey, brothers and sisters, we're not giving up. We not giving up, brothers and sisters. We not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware.
Don't you supposed
We
to
need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware.
And they're gonna tell
We
you
need y'all to call the city council president.
why everybody else gotta call when all you gotta do is pay. All you gotta do is pay the money to get the things up to date. Why would they call? There's no injustice. Then you just gotta pay. So if things aren't getting paid, then it's not gonna go anywhere. Why would they call and do it? Why you want the people to go call and say what? Stop! Don't do that auction at school, and the people gonna say, oh well, all you gotta do is pay the bill. Child, let's continue.
Of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are a supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware for racism and discriminatory treatment. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys, and we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No racism from the city of Wilmington will stop us. No sabotage from the city of Wilmington will stop us. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor's chief of staff. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the commissioner for license and inspections. Tomorrow morning, call the city council president of Wilmington and ask them, why was Dr. Umar in FDMG ignored for 4 months when he was trying to rectify this problem? Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG Academy ignored for 4 months while he was trying to rectify this problem? Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. We will not retroactively apply your vacant property registration fee waiver. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen.
That's what you owe.
Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you.
Wow.
I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, standing strong, Leo season. We will not quit. We will not abdicate. We will.
See, this is to get the people who support him in that way all riled up, so they could get angry and mad and be like, "Oh my God, we got to get out. We got to. This is our call to action. We got to get out. We got to make sure these schools don't get taken away. So let's send our money. We've been sending money, and it's just it's bills that he needs to pay." It doesn't have anything to do with racism. Like, these are backed up bills that need to be paid associated with the buildings. That's all. So he just wants people to get riled up and get mad to go pay all of that on his behalf. And I mean, what you need Africa and all these people to come to do what? It's just so it's just crazy, y'all. But there's some people who eating this up. They're eating it up. They really believe this. They really believe that this man is going to open a school. How you going to get to open a school if he keep having all these bills being backed up, and then he got to keep paying? It's never going to get to a point of the school actually becoming a school and actually opening. Because right now it's just buildings. Nobody has ever attended those buildings for school. The school has never been open. So, child, it is what it is. Jamil says, if Boondocks was still here, Umar would get flamed. Right. Thank you, Jamil, once again for supporting the channel. Anthony H says, I would donate, but my lady said no. Right. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. Baby, this is crazy. There are schools that are already open that you can donate to if you're about that. Exactly. There are other schools you can donate to for sure. Thank you, Anthony H. Yeah, go donate to the schools that are up and running. That would be a better option, because this is just it don't make no sense for real. It really does not. And it's unfortunate. But it just doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. Let's continue. Let me go move
will
on.
not equivocate. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Garveyism to get back. Pan-Africanism to perish. See you in Nat Turner land. See you in New Orleans. See you in Hattiesburg. See you in Mobile, Alabama. This is your brother, King Kong Consciousness. I love you too. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Lord have mercy. All right, shout out to Umar. He's gonna be all in them places, baby. But the focus should be on the school then. You can't, you gotta focus on one thing at a time. The focus should be the school, getting the school open so these young boys can benefit and all of these things. But that's not what's happening. He keep getting donations and the bills still keep going up and up and up and up. So where is the money going? But anyway, listen, like I said, if you have two eyes and you have ears and a brain and you got a little bit of common sense, you see that this man is not, those buildings are going to get auctioned off. This is just to make sure that the followers who support him don't feel stupid. Don't feel like they've been giving their money up and now there's no hope for the school. So they can feel good about themselves. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So they could think, oh my God, he really tried. We got to keep supporting. We got to keep supporting.
Yeah, and so they can give him that money, and then he gonna just say, "Oh well, they got us," you know. And the reason the school was closed is because of racism and all of this segregation. And oh my God, the black people of Delaware hated on a black man who was trying to do something for the community. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna word it up, and he's gonna close his eyes as he's talking. That's how you know something ain't right, because he closes his eyes and he hold them there when he's saying these lies and stuff. So I always said, listen, I hope that, he could open a school. That would be a great thing for young boys, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. It's coming to an end. He got to make it look good. He got to make it look like he did, put his best foot forward, and he did everything that he could in the power so these people could feel good about not wasting their money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think on that. But anyway, and people are saying too that the other video with the school accounts being frozen and all that kind of stuff is just set up for what's happening now. Zookeeper, thank you so much for the super chat. It says Umar was an aggressively Afrocentric pro-black speaker who hustled his supporters with nothing to show or give back to them. Talk isn't so cheap when you can swindle your own people. I agree. I really do. Thank you for the super chat. And it's not, and it's too much has gone on for you to, to where now people see what's actually happening. You got to be a little Looney Tune if you really think that this man is really opening a school and that he's not scamming folks, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? Thank you once again, Zookeeper. I appreciate you. Narratives and Dialogue says, at this point, Umar, you need another doctor's services to sit on their couch or get ready to call the coroner because you are half dead. Lord him, Wafi Nino. Thank you for the super chat, Narratives and Dialogues. That's crazy though. I feel bad for the people who gave all their money, but they probably don't feel bad because they really, believe that, now I could understand in the very beginning when he was looking at places and he wanted to start it, it was an idea. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that'd be cool. But then all these years to pass and all the little shenanigans and all of this stuff, you see that this is not what you think it is. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. So this is crazy. But anyway, most people now, there are a lot of people who are realizing that it's a sham and a scam. There's still some people who are going to hold on to the end, right? And they still going to believe that he really is going to get these schools open. But a lot of people see the light. A lot of people see it for what it really is. And a lot of them just don't. And they probably never will. You know what I mean? They're going to go, them schools going to be auctioned and sold or whatever. He's not going to have that. People still going to be saying, oh, if he could have just got the schools open. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You just can't get through to some people. I'm just saying. So, child, Jamil, thank you once again for the super chat. Says all Umar money going to them white women. The snow bunnies? You mean to tell me it's going to the snow bunnies? Well, damn. Thank you, Jamil. The snow bunnies getting the school donation money, baby. That's crazy. All right, y'all, let's move on. So I want to move on to this whole whites only town. Have you guys heard of that? And what's your thoughts on it? I want to know your thoughts on the whole whites only town. I want to play a clip of this lady talking about it. And I want to know your thoughts on it because, are you mad about it as a black person that, that these people are building a white town just for whites? They don't want mixed people. They don't want anybody. They want pure white folks in there. Does that bother you that these people are deciding to build a white town? Let me know in the chat below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. And I'm going to give my thoughts on it. But let's go ahead and play what she had to say. Hit the like button, you guys. Here we go.
Part about that whites only town in Arkansas. Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Popo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down.
Yes.
But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Cause truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
You know what? She made some very good points. Personally, I don't care. You know, me and my husband will talk about this. We don't care. You know, if you want to go off, which I say is in the Ozarks, and you want to, you know, they already have communities where it's just them, you know, with the sundown towns and all of these things. Nobody really cares. I don't think black people are up in arms about them having a whites only town. I have no care in the world about them doing that. But I do think it's interesting that, you know, she mentioned when black folks decided they wanted to build their own towns and had their own banks and all these things, they destroyed it. They destroyed it. You know, we had Black Wall Street and all of these different places that were once communities of, you know, black people. Which somebody mentioned as well, they never said that whites couldn't be in there. You didn't even say it's only for, you know, black, that they couldn't. But when black people, you know, created this, they destroyed it. They took it down because you didn't want to see them prosper and grow. You know what I'm saying? When people, and some would even argue that black people were better off being segregated. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but a lot of people believe that desegregation should not have happened, that we should have stayed segregated. And we probably would do much better because, you know, when black people built these towns and had banks and all of these things, they were supporting each other. They were supporting each other's businesses and thriving and growing. But soon as desegregation came into play, now it's split up. The black dollar, you know, it diminished because now black people are spending their money with the white folks, building them up to this day. Now them building them up. And so, you know, when it comes to that, I don't think, you know, and then it's not like as black people, we just decided that, no, they didn't, you know, they complained. You complain about black people in your establishments. Oh, black people couldn't come to your restaurants. You don't want them in your theaters. You don't want them nowhere because they black. So then when they moved on and said, we're going to start our own stuff, then why would you went and tore it up and kill people? You know what I'm saying? Deleted people, got rid of everything that they've built up. So it's like, you know, it makes sense though that, you know, these people want to establish their own white towns or communities, but at the same time, you want there to be, I think they somewhat want an outrage of black people to have a problem with it because they had a problem with black people separating themselves from them. Even though you say you didn't want them there. You didn't want them there, but then when they move on, you go tear up everything that they've created, which doesn't make any sense. So it sounds like an issue that they have. You know what I'm saying? And so nobody, once again, black people ain't going over there messing. The only difference is, see, they came into black communities and hurt the black people and burned up their stuff and did all these things. Black people are not going into their communities doing that. Black people are not going into their communities tearing down their properties and doing this stuff because black people really didn't care. They don't care about any of that. So I once again, most black people don't care. It's not, you know, something that we're fazed by. You know, go ahead and do your thing. I don't think most people care anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that, y'all. What do y'all think about it? Black, let's see. They're not doing anything new. This whole country is segregated. To tell the truth, it's just not broadcasting. Exactly. Black man, remember what Dr. Umar said about them. Okay, it wasn't this segregation, it was single motherhood, the rejection of husband and family. We were united when we were segregated. We stopped supporting our own businesses. That is true. MLK bamboozled us. Now they got our culture, science, and music. I stay home. Going out is not it. Is and now they are not dying to be part of our culture, even wanting to say the N word so bad. Umar was the Nick Cannon podcast. I'm sure Nick dipped into his pockets to help Umar, the thief. There were still strong Black communities after desegregation. It was the rejection of families in the 60s. Gotcha. Black people don't mess with sundown towns. They don't. They don't mess with sundown towns. They don't. A lot of white people already have their own communities. For some reason, they want to brag on this one. Right. Right. XYZ say F them. Right. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move on. I got another clip that I want to play for you guys real quick. And then we're gonna move on from this. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, sir. We can't talk to you while you're driving. Can you pull over?
Yeah, I can pull over.
Okay. Safety first.
I'm in the Oh yeah, I'm in the parking lot. I was already ready. Unlike homegirl, I was ready. I'm ready.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Look,
What's your name, sir?
my name is Tone Love.
I feel like you got a little attitude or something. Or you got something you want to get off your chest.
Not at all. I'm just funny like that. I just be
Okay.
smiling randomly.
I'm like, what am I about to get into with this guy? Okay. Tone, so call you Tone Love?
That's my name.
Okay, where you calling us from?
The A.
Atlanta?
Yep.
Now, before we get into this, I wanted to play this one because normally I don't do the men, but I thought this one was a good one. And of course, when men come on there, the women do come for him. They was trying to say he was kind of sassy and he, might be on the DL or whatever, but he cleared that up. And so I thought the way he handled himself was really good. That's why I wanted to pull this one up here. Kendra came on with an attitude. If Kendra G had DeeDee's personality, she'd be married and not ratchet adjacent. See, Irving, thank you once again for the super chat. Says my cousin, she is watching the show, DeeDee, showing some love. She likes your message. And River, thank you, cousin. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Make sure you subscribe, though. Subscribe to the channel, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you, cousin. Thank you, C. Irving, for supporting the channel. I appreciate you once again. Thank you. Shout out to your cousin. Shout out to cousin. All right, y'all. Let's continue. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's continue.
How old are you?
I'll be 49 this month.
Okay, so is that a Leo or a Virgo?
That is definitely a Virgo.
Virgo, you have any kids?
An adult son.
How old is your son?
28.
You ever been married?
Nope.
No. And what do you do for a living?
So I own a web development and social media management company of 24 years, and I also am an actor and producer.
Okay, so we got Tone Love, Atlanta, 49 Virgo, dad to a 28-year-old, never married, owns his own web development company, also an actor and a producer. What kind of woman are you looking for?
I am looking for a woman who is a go-getter, preferably an entrepreneur, because I'm an entrepreneur. I have big dreams, and sometimes the 9-to-5ers don't understand the big dream thing. They don't understand the entrepreneurial life.
Okay.
I need her to be naturally born a woman. That's very important to me.
I know you got to specify that these days.
So no trans women?
Please, no.
Okay. Naturally born a woman. What else?
Let's say that.
Like I said, a go-getter. I believe in physical fitness. I'm not like a gym rat or anything, but I prefer someone who takes nutrition seriously.
Okay.
Anthony H why is he lying? He said lying, laugh, LMAO. Are you talking about the guy? Is he lying? Everybody's an entrepreneur on the dating show. Everybody's an entrepreneur and everybody makes 6 figures. knowing they be working at KFC. And everybody makes six figures, child, but they be working at KFC and Dollar General. I'm just saying. They be the manager at Dollar General. Managers make probably, I don't know, $8 an hour, I don't know, 13, I don't know. But all the entrepreneurs be working at Walmart, Dollar General, and KFC. Let's continue.
Looking for someone who knows how to laugh and smile, because I do a lot of laughing and a lot of smiling.
We
I wake up smiling. You'll turn over and I'll be like,
we see.
You're like, whoa. You're like, hey, good morning. You know.
We see.
So, yeah, that's me.
Okay. Was that your deal breakers? I asked you what are your deal breakers?
Kendra, you don't know what you asked
me? Let's see, combative. Like I enjoy good conversation. Like I can go for days. But like if you take everything too personally, not that I attack you or anything, but I may have views that are strong, and you may have views that are strong, and you have to be able to
navigate.
Understand that to speak objectively and not take everything personally.
Yeah.
You got to know what you want, because I'm very direct. I'm very straightforward. This is what I bring to the table, whatever they say these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need you to respect that, and I need you to be the same way. Don't play games with me. I'm almost a half century old. I ain't got time.
Woo! So I'm a half century old. You ain't got time. Listen, I'm 46, so that's one thing you said I can't relate to. This is why I tell my age, because I actually love my age, and I love getting older. It's God's greatest gift. But the greatest thing about getting older is you really don't be giving a fuck no more.
No,
like you really don't. Like
0+.
Like you, like the comment section, you be like, what?
I think that is a point. If you compare yourself older to your younger, like in my 20s, oh my God, even in my 30s, it's like, yeah, I care what people thought and what people said. Child, when you hit something about when you hitting them 40s, it's like you don't really be giving a shit. You know what I mean? You like I said, disrespect is one thing. What people think about you and all that. As you get older, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's true. That's true. But I do think, I think just in general, with general stuff, you really don't care, because you like, hell, I'm not going to be stressed out over what other people think about me and what other people think I should or should not be doing. Yeah, I don't think you should let anything, do what it is that you think is best for your life, and be content and happy with it is all I'm saying. But what we find is, especially women, are not really content and happy with their lives. That's the only difference, because a lot of these women are the ones who get on social media and cry and complain about their lives. So it tells me if you're complaining, then you're not really happy with your outcome. And they're constantly blaming something on a man or somebody else. So that's why I don't think that a lot of these women are really happy with where they are, because if you were, you wouldn't have time to be on social media, on TikTok, complaining, saying men ain't this, and oh, this is the problem, and worried about your exes, and they did this and they did that. No, you would be somewhere living your life happy and content. But a lot of people say that they are, but they really are not. So it's one thing to not really give a care about what people say, but at the same time, a lot of these people aren't content in their lives, and it bothers them because they don't have what they thought they should have had. You know what I'm saying? And it's a normal thing, but they're not honest about it in many cases. You're sitting up here trying to, present something as if it's so great. It's like we have these 40, 50, 60-year-old women who are by themselves, and the first thing you hear on podcasts is that they want love, they want a man, they want somebody, but they're not going to settle. So that means you're not completely happy with your outcome, because you don't really have what you really want. And for women, they want what they want, and if they can't get it, it's going to cause a problem in many cases. So I guess by the time you 70 or 80, I guess you might be content at that point, because you have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? But around 40s, 50s, and 60s, they still out here, complaining about their outcome. So you're not happy and content. Happy and content people don't go on social media crying and complaining about what they don't have. You get what I'm saying? So I think there's a difference. And I think a lot of people can be triggered by certain things. This is why certain women who are of a certain age, that are not married or don't have, the man that they thought they would have, they take shots at women who have the things that they don't have. And they have strong opinions about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost a coping mechanism to cope with the fact that you don't have what you wanted, and you try to make as if there's something wrong with the people who do have it. That's a common thing. And so I just think, you know, there are certain things that women say that are very telling. That's why I say just listen to a woman. Listen to anybody. Listen to what they're saying, and you could almost pick apart what they're saying, and you can almost tell if it's true, if it's the truth or not. Just keep listening, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. Just listen. Don't talk, let her talk, or let the person talk. If you want to learn somebody, you want to know what they truly are about, just let them talk and just listen, and you'll learn a whole lot, you know. And some could be good, some could be bad. It may not be bad. It just, you'll learn something about the person just by listening to them speak. So, you know, I just wanted to say that because I think people kind of lump all that together, like, oh, you know, I don't give a damn when nobody say, yeah, certain things you do. You know, this is why people are triggered. Yeah, I'm not, you know, some people, and listen, I say this to say, from New Orleans, especially when you come from New Orleans, it's all about the principle. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but New Orleans people, it's all about respect and the principle. Black people, not even just black people, but people in general from New Orleans, oh, they're big on, they some of the coolest people. Like, you know, they might be a little ratchet, a little ghetto here and there, some of them, but they be the coolest people. Like they don't start nothing. They'll, you know, don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. And that's just what they're about. But if you disrespect them, or if you know, and you're not, it's all about the principle. Oh, you're gonna get a different side. That's how we was raised. That's where we come from. That's our background. Most people from New Orleans will tell you that. They don't tolerate no disrespect. I remember my husband was telling me about a man. This was buku years ago, years ago. Was on the trolley, on the the St. Charles trolley thing. I forget what they call it, child. The whatever. And a man bumped the dude, and he didn't say excuse me or I'm sorry. Dude turned around, popped him in the mouth, knocked his teeth out, knocked like several of his teeth out. The dude standing there bleeding his teeth out, and the guy jumped out the window of the trolley and went on about his business. They never called him because he knew, let me get the hell up off this trolley because I don't want to go to jail. So, but he was like, man, he ain't even, you bumped into him and you didn't even say excuse me or you sorry. That's all they gotta be. Look, oh, my bad, excuse me, I'm sorry. But if you stuff like that, it's a real big thing with people from New Orleans. They don't like, it's all about the principle and the respect level. You gotta have, they gonna demand respect. A lot of the people, a lot of people. This is probably not just a New Orleans thing, but it's a big thing. So how did I get there? I don't know how I got there anyway, y'all, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I don't know how I got there, but anyway, let's continue.
I don't know you. You don't know.
Right, whatever.
I'm not running for president. You don't have a vote in my life. Like, I mean, that's a blessing. No, so when you said you were half a century old, I feel like, although I'm not 50 yet, I subscribe to that. Like, you got me messed up if you think I actually care.
Right. As a matter of fact, Kendra, like I have what's called NSF. I have insufficient fucks, non-sufficient fucks. So even if there was a fuck to give, I still wouldn't give a fuck. So
wait, break it down again. I might have to use that.
Sufficient.
You have what? Say it again.
NSF, non-sufficient fucks.
SF.
So that's funny.
Even if I had a fuck to give, I'm already negative. I'd still be at like 0. 0 fucks given.
That's a good one.
Sorry.
That is funny. Okay. Let's do. Did I ask you if the woman should look a certain way?
Well, it'd be remiss of me to not be honest and say, I'm not into big women. Like, I'm only 5'7". I'm a $140. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Tim's on or something. So, I can't do the big girl thing. But then again, I mean, if you put yourself together, it just depends. I'm short. I'm only 5'7", so I don't mind women that are taller than me. I'm used to it. But if she's shorter, that's cool too. It doesn't really matter. But some women, they're like, he's got to be 6'2" and buff, and I'm an optical illusion. I think I'm 6'2" in my mind, but until someone 6'2" stands next to me.
Yeah. All right. What about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
That's a good question. I'm not really. It's a good man. You hitting them. Let me see. You know, I don't want her to be like working at McDonald's, I guess, unless she is a franchisee, you know, or own it or manager or something. I really don't put too much stock into how much she makes. I look more into I have a running joke where I'd be like, I'll check your credit score on first date, but um it's really your mindset because you could lose your job and not have money, but you can get another job. Or,
Exactly.
you know, you can have your own business. And, you know, as a business owner, it goes up and down. So I get it. It's more so for me, it's going to be about where your mindset is. Are
Mm-hmm.
you looking to do something big or are you just mediocre? Because I don't do mediocre.
Ooh, you don't do mediocre. All right. Let's do the Kendra cam, Tom. The Kendra
Hmm?
cam is when you stand up and we see your full body.
I got to open the sunroof. Oh, let me get out. Hold on. See the whole body? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my way to the gym.
Okay. All right. It doesn't look like you in shape. We can see you. Woo, woo. We got you, Tom. We got you. Woo. Oh my God. He is doing push-ups. Woo. Woo.
Let me know. Am I doing this right? I've never been on the Ken cam. My bad.
You did extra credit. All you had to do was just show your body. You did push-ups, one arm. You want the
Oh, okay,
ladies to know
okay.
that you be in the gym.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I be in the gym sometimes. You know, I be doing a little something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. When was your last relationship?
It was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. You don't have to
Yeah.
answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Shit, like last month.
Last month. Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Oh, you know what? I meant to tell you there was a deal breaker. You got to be able to get tested with me.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong
Tested
with
If you
that.
ain't willing to
for
get,
STDs.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you can't get tested for STIs, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
yeah. Ain't nothing wrong
I
with that.
think that's respectable. So
Yeah.
you go get tested and you wait. What's the results? Like 30 days?
It's like usually like a week or two. I mean, like the HIV.
Look, the way people are moving out here in Houston and all these places with all this stuff going on, baby, ain't nothing wrong with you requiring somebody to get tested. Nothing wrong with that. And if they don't want to do it, that should be a deal breaker. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Child, let's continue.
One that got a rapid one you could do. If you just really need to sleep with me real quick, I got you. I feel you. I will help you. I will pay for it. You know.
Oh, okay.
No.
He ain't sleeping with nobody. Don't do. I think honestly, that should be everybody's. Everybody should be on that. To be quite honest, to make
Yeah.
sure
I agree.
that you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's
So
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't think any woman should not want to do that. I think every woman should require that actually. But okay. So
True.
deal breaker is if you're not willing to get a test first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need
All
to
right.
set because I'm long term. I'm not trying to play games. I date to marry.
So how come you never been married?
Because I wasn't always I was I wasn't always I was gonna say I wasn't always marriage material. I would say I was not interested in being married. I felt like, people needed to be friends first, which I still feel that way. Um, but I was like, my friendships last longer than these people marriages. All my friends, they've been divorced 2, 3 times, got all kinds of baggage, damage, need healing and all that stuff. And I ain't been through all that. I'm like, yo, yeah, so I initially I just was not interested in being married, and then I started growing up a little bit and realizing that kind of I've been pretty successful in my entrepreneur life, thank God. But I felt like I wasn't breaking through this next level, like I just wasn't getting into this you know, I haven't even made 7 figures a year to be honest. So I'm like, how do I get to this next level? And I started realizing, studying others that have been successful, and there's always a good woman behind them. So I'm like, okay, all right. So let me just focus on my personal life because I kind of took my personal life and, I was just fucking my friends.
You having sex with your women friends?
Yeah, well, not the guy friends. That's a goddamn show.
You know, I hate when this happens, but a lot of people were insinuating that you played for that team in the comment section.
Oh, this now?
Yeah.
Fuck them. That's why they ain't got no man now. They can't assess.
I mean, listen, you always have the right to cuss the people in the comments out, so I don't ever deny that. But I will say this though, somebody did say that. I saw a guy say, "This is why some of y'all are single because y'all are so judgmental and don't assess well." So somebody did say that, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, they don't have discernment. You know, you guys have all the answers. Not you guys, as in you personally, just generalizing these people in the comments. You got all the answers, but yet you still look where you at. See, the thing is, I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I've been happy. And anyone who knows me, you can go down my social media. You can Google me. Every time you see me, I'm smiling. Life is good. So my shit been right. Your shit ain't been right. I don't got the baggage. You know what I'm saying? I go to therapy. You know? So y'all need to get it together. Y'all think a nigga gay? Nigga, that's why your last husband was gay or whatever. You know what I mean? You got to get your shit together. Don't come for me. I shut it down, baby.
Oh.
Last name's Love. There ain't no love tricks. Well, I am a loving person.
Husband was gay. So you came.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. They do not want the smoke. Cause I will set the tone. As a matter of fact, the name of my production company is Setting the Tone. That's my brand. I will set the tone. I will set you straight.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Well, listen, we directly, not indirectly, we directly got to the bottom of some of you women thinking that he might have been on the DL. He confirmed that he totally is not. And your last man was probably gay, so you need to worry about that. That one. Okay.
NSF.
What was it?
NSF.
What's that? What are you spelling? I'm dyslexic.
That's okay. Non-sufficient fucks.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we did go over that earlier. That's right. We did go over that earlier. We went over that earlier. I forgot. Class. Sorry, teacher. Did we do your 3 flaws?
It was 3 flaws. Okay. So I'm an ENTJ and I'm a Virgo. So sometimes I can get too analytical, or I've had to learn to back down on some of the things that come to mind. Like, you know, and you would think by now I'd have a better filter, but as you can see, it still needs work. So I can be a little direct, I would say.
Okay.
And I sometimes can lack emotional intelligence as a result, and I hate that for me. You know, I was going too fast.
Let's see.
What's the age range you want to date?
Let's see the age range.
You know, I'm open. Anywhere from, I guess, 10 years, so 39 to like 64. Nah, let me take that back. She on the way out. Hold on, let me back that down. Maybe 59. 59. Let's do 59. 39. She better be bad though. You know, because black don't crack. Black women do not be cracking. So, you know what I'm saying? If you 59 and put together, that's what I'm talking about. Shoot, show me your AARP tricks. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
Not.
Should she be in Atlanta?
Not the AARP.
Kind of preferably, I love Atlanta. I mean, I love to travel, by the way.
Okay.
You know.
Sometimes you might have had a little bit longer than 3 because we would forget to say.
Or he's done something with the devil. Like, black men can't just be hard workers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So y'all need to get y'all level right. Like, y'all need to get y'all balance right. Word. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all want to call niggas gay? Look, you need to get your shit. You're the ones who promoting that gay shit anyway. Oh, gay men that make the best friends and all this other stuff. Well, that's why your gay man is the best friend, and that's why he end up being your boyfriend, right? Because you can't assess. Get your shit together. How about that? Talking about, and then
listen, Tone not gay. Nobody call him gay.
Wait a minute. And then when you have something to say, when you can articulate yourself like I can, then I'm being sassy. No, I can articulate myself. Just because you can talk, I can talk too. Like, I have a decent education. I mean, I didn't go to college, but you know what I'm saying? I graduated high school, so I can articulate myself. But no, if I go back and forth with you, now I'm being sassy because you can't back up what you're saying because I shut you down. You know what I mean? How about that? Get y'all shit together. Align with God. You know what I mean? Anyway, what you were saying, Kendra?
Oh, he batshit crazy.
He's batshit crazy. He's not really batshit crazy.
He look crazy. He look crazy, but he's speaking a lot of truth though. But I don't know. You know, what he's saying is the truth. I ain't gonna lie. He seems like a fun dude. You know what I'm saying? But this would be the kind of dudes that the women don't like. I'm just saying. Because he's not giving that swag and gangster and he don't care. You know, he's smiling all the time. They don't want nobody that's smiling and look happy, child. They want somebody who's look like he ready to fight and wreck shit, you know, and be on some demon time. They don't want nobody that's smiling and looking happy because they're going to assume he's gay. And that's exactly what they did, you know, without even getting to know the man. Listen, I think at least try to get to know the person first. Have some conversations with them first, you know, ask some questions first, at least get a little bit of insight on the person before you automatically just write them off and say, oh, he this and he that, you know, because you don't want nobody to do that to them. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. The men who talk like this, which I don't see nothing wrong with how he talk or anything, but this is the example of the guy that most women wouldn't go for because he smiles too much. He's too quirky. You know, he's making too much sense and he's letting them know where he stands and what he will accept and what he won't. They don't want to hear that shit. They want to do laid back, like, you know, smoking and stuff like that. They don't want nobody like that. So, you know, and I'm looking at the comments, and even the guys are looking at it and calling, what y'all call him, a fembot, Tony phony. Even y'all not even looking, y'all even dissing the man. The men dissing him too. What they call a man, somebody said, which was kind of funny. Look, he probably got his nipples pierced. What is wrong with y'all? He's showing why he's single for so long. Then, you know, at least Dorsey says he cooking. He has a point. Yeah, as some said earlier, these hard-looking dudes be the gayest. Like, what y'all saying? He a thought. Bye, Felicia. Uh-oh. LMAO. Man, hang up the goddamn phone. Are y'all talking about boycotting Sha'Carri Richardson? That's something else. Man, shut your punk ass up expeditiously. This is just saying this about this man. So if y'all thinking this way, Lord, then what the women think should be justified from y'all, right? What am I talking about then? Why am I even here? Like, why am I saying, oh, there's some good guys out there and the guys don't have to be gangsters. They're just decent guys. But everything that is maybe decent about a dude that's not gangster or hard or a pookie is the very things that people say is a red flag, both for men and women. So if he ain't tough smoking a blunt on the corner, like, come here, B, you know, and acting like that, then, you know, if he like this guy, oh, something's got to be wrong with him. Oh my God, he's weak and he this and that. And this is why he's single. But what's the sense of talking about the pookie types, getting all the women pregnant, getting all the babies, and the women don't go after these types of guys? A guy who says he want marriage. What's the point if both women and men look at these types of guys in the same way? Oh, he's feminine, or he this and that. It's the same thing the women say. So when you have a bunch of men who think just like the women, there's no hope for any guy like this or guys similar who just want a family and just trying to do it right. There's no hope for them. Everybody needs to turn into a pookie, right? Pookies are winning. They don't call pookies femboys and toxic and they be toxic, but they don't call them gay and what's the sassy. Nobody calls a pookie sassy. Everybody just either the men say, oh, that's the type of women, that's the type of man the women go for. And then the women are like, that's my type. I just love a bad boy. And the men looking over at him like, oh, see, because you ain't gonna call him sassy or gay or nothing like that. Because he shows his masculinity by acting tough and all that, not realizing some of them ones that may present as pookie a lot of times be the ones that's happy. I'm just saying. They be the happy ones on the low, the DL. So you can't really tell by that because there's a lot of them with the sagging jeans and smoke and act like they gangster and be getting it in. I'm just saying. So you can't tell by just looking at them. The assumption is always like a guy like this, but some of them ones that y'all don't assume, ooh, child busting it open. I'm just saying. So it's just crazy out here in these streets. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's crazy out here in these streets, the way people think. It's very interesting to say the least. A lot of what the women are saying, there are men who agree with it. And just by even this chat, a lot of how women think is the same way a lot of men think. This points to when we was talking about how we talk about single mothers raising these boys and then they feminine acting like the mother and telling them they don't need a man and they need to take care of themselves. But then also you have young men and women who were raised by mothers and fathers who had the fathers in their lives, and the fathers are telling them, be independent, you don't need no man, I need you to take care of yourself, or get a man who's gonna treat you like I treat you. So a lot of times they're giving them that same information. And so it's interesting to see, because I often hear women who say that a lot of the way they think, it comes from a man, like either their fathers told them that, or it didn't come from their mothers, it come from the daddies. And then there are a lot of men, once again, because they raise their daughters to be independent. They raise their daughters to be independent, say they don't need a man. And this is why partly why some of these women have that mentality. It's not just the single mothers who are giving that advice. So it just shows that there are a lot of men who think the same way all these women think, because some of them have taught them to think that way. Some of them. To me, I think it's overall a bunch of the single mothers pushing that narrative, but there are some situations where it's fathers who are giving that same narrative. So if the men think this way and see a man that might be a decent guy, if the men are saying, oh, he probably feminine and this and that, well, why y'all that's where the women getting it from? They think the same. A lot of y'all think the same. So to me, there's no hope. If you got women and men saying the same things about men in a negative light without even getting to know them, then that's just a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. There's no room. It just will force men to start acting the way that they think women like. Start presenting themselves in a way that they think most women like. Start acting like you don't care. And this would prompts a lot of men to start acting and start doing things just to appeal to these women, just to get their attention. Because if you kind of goofy or kind of quirky and you ain't a gangster and you don't appear to be a gangster and you ain't, got that attitude, they're not going to like you. But all you got to do is start treating them like you don't care and acting as, go and go get, pukatized or whatever. And then you might get some play. That's crazy to me. That's crazy, y'all. So listen, I'm gonna leave it here, y'all. We had 2 hours and 30 minutes, y'all. Thank y'all so much for showing up and supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank y'all for helping me get this sound together. Now I know what I pressed the wrong thing, but thank y'all. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me through all the craziness, y'all. So listen, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps and everybody who liked the stream. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you are continuously supporting the channel just by watching the videos posted on the channel, y'all. Make sure you share, like them if you can. Turn on your notification bell if you haven't, and make sure you are notified when I go live or post new content. Also, if you are in the building and you like the content and you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. That is free to subscribe, you guys. So once again, shout out to y'all. Y'all be safe out here in the streets. Y'all stay tuned for more. I may or may not be back tomorrow, you guys. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on because I have a doctor's appointment. And if that runs late, then I may not be live tomorrow. But if it's not, I will be here tomorrow. So make sure you have that bell turned on, you guys. And if not tomorrow, hopefully I will see you guys on Saturday. All right. So once again, I appreciate you guys. Y'all stay safe, be blessed. Continue to watch the videos and support the channel, y'all. I appreciate you for that. Thank y'all once again. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Later.